Welcome back again, everyone. Once again, we're playing 4-Color Whirza in Modern, and I am going to make a few changes for the Magic Online metagame. So, in the last league, we ran into 3 burn decks, and in the league before that, we lost to Red Prowess and Burn. So, Burn is pretty popular right now, these hyper-aggressive red decks. So, what I think I want to do is cut the Welding Jar. So Welding Jar, Damping Sphere, and Main Deck Trophy are the cards that are on watch right now. Tireless Tracker out of the board is also on my watch list, but the matchups where it's good, it is very good. And I like the rest of the cards in this deck. So I want to find room for a Battle at the Bridge. That's a card that I've seen people play, but I've never tried myself in this list. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. You gain X life, and it has improvise. So you could probably gain like 5 to 7 on a normal board state with this card. So the question then is, where do I find room for this thing? I don't want it in the main deck. But where is it going to go then? I could cut a Collective Brutality for it. Because against the control decks, 3 Duress is about what I want. 3 Thoughtseize effects. Because like I wasn't bringing in all 4 against control decks anyway. And Battle at the Bridge would be a lot better against a red deck. Like in our last league, we lost because we mulled to 5 and our 5 contained 2 Collective Brutalities. And it's like, okay, I effectively mulled to 1 here if I want to escalate these brutalities at all. So mixing brutality with battle might be worth doing. I guess I'm not going to change the main deck. As if, like, I like all of these sideboard cards, and if I was going to cut Damping Sphere from the main, it would have to go on the board. Like, I need it in the 75 somewhere, and none of these sideboard cards are really main deckable. I could just go down to 2 Total Assassin's Trophy if I had a main deck card I liked better. But I think I'm just going to try this Battle at the Bridge in the sideboard slot this time around. And this is the deck. Let's go run it. Alright, we're getting started here. If you like Eternal Constructed content, make sure to smash that sub button. Doing all my commercials before we get started here. And make sure to follow me on Twitter at @BoschandRoll if you want to talk about anything. So we're on the draw. This hand has 2 Foundries and an Urza, 3 lands and a cantrip. I'm going to keep this. We might get run over by something quickly, but the 2 Thopter Foundries give us a little bit of time. Birds of Paradise decks are usually good matchups, in my experience. So I'm going to bobble myself and then use the fetch land as a build your own opt. Thopter Foundry. I don't need another one of those. So I'm just going to fetch here and chip it. Alright, we have our 1-of trophy, which is probably good if this is some sort of creature combo deck. Picking off a Vizier or Druid or something could go a long way. I'm going to fetch Swamp and play Thopter Foundry here. I get my pieces online. I can't play Assassin's Trophy this turn anyway because I can't get green-black, but here's the black so we can hold it up next turn. Let's see if they have any kind of interaction for this. Like if they're a Spell Queller deck. I doubt it, but you never know. Birds of Paradise is not a common card in Modern these days. Alright, so we have Golgari colors so far. It's interesting they fetched Tomb when they already had Forest. Alright, so now they're another bug. Or Sultai if you prefer. I'm going to play Chromatic Star, leaving up Assassin's Trophy mana, or I can sack Star to make a Thopter if I feel like that's something I want to do. If they do nothing, I'll crack the Star end step, cash it in. But if they do basically anything instead, alright, so I'll fetch here. See if they Ghost Quarter here. Nope. Alright. Alright, let's make a Thopter. Galvanic Blast and Assassin's Trophy both up and available. That's pretty interesting. So I could just pass the turn with all this removal up. And then jam Urza next turn. They have 6 mana, 2 birds. Yeah, like this feels like a collected company or something. Or just nothing somehow. I don't know. Don't know what they're up to. Oh, this might be some sort of Sultai ramp deck with Nexus of Fate. Though I don't know that deck plays Birds of Paradise. Oh, now they have 4 colors. Oh, is this Bring to Light? Oh god, Niv Mizzet Reborn. Wow. Well, I can't counter it. Here it is. Top 10 cards, you get 1 for each color pair. Alright. Go ahead. Let's see what you got. So, these lands don't go into the hand. I believe all these other cards do. Alright. None of these cards break up my combo. I want to Galvanic Blast this bird. This untapped bird, so they can't Assassin's Trophy me. Because they could Ghost Quarter their own land, go get a forest, tap this for black, and cast Astrophy. Alright, that's exactly what they're doing. That's okay, because I have another Foundry. See if they have another forest, I guess, is the second test here. They do. Alright. So, I think a land is worth more to me than a Thopter here. I'm going to go ahead and use this ability. I guess now the question is, do I kill this Niv Mizzet? They have another one coming. I don't think that matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think I can trophy them off a color either, so, alright. Ooh, Damping Sphere is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Urza. Blue, black. Thopter Foundry. I think tapping Foundry makes more sense because the other thing can block. Damping Sphere. I'm playing the Sphere because I can turn it into a Thopter at worst, and at best, maybe it stops me from dying this turn. Like, they're not going to be able to cast multiple of these many spells they drew last turn. I have a backup Urza. Kolagon's command's kind of a beating. Oh, Dreadbore. Boo, hiss. So they can't K-command because they tap this for red. Alright, that's fine. I can't make Thopters now, but I think Damping Sphere pinning them down is going to be worth more because I have a second Urza on the way. Is that game? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate. Get sword. Play sword. None of these cards stop that from happening. Alright. 2, 3, 4. Activate. Get Sword of the Meek. Tap this. I have to sack this, but that's mana neutral because it makes a new creature right away. And then off we go. So I'm just going to make a bunch of Thopters here. I will pause the video. You don't have to watch all this. Okay, so I made a bazillion Thopters. I cast a couple spells off my deck. When I hit Welding Jar, they conceded because then Kolaghan's Command plus Supreme Verdict couldn't clear the board. And I was just going to flip cards until I could Galvanic Blast or Pirate Spellbomb this bird and clear that out, which takes them off red mana entirely. I also bobbled them. I knew they were drawing Birds of Paradise next turn. So that would have been a quicker win in real life, but it's Magic Online. You got to click through it. All right, Magus of the Moon seems bananas against this deck full of 5 colors. They did have a lot of basics, though, which is seems greedy, but what do I know? I'm going to bring in all of these removal spells because it seems like they need their Birds of Paradises to function at all. Then Tezzeret's probably pretty good. Wow, this is a lot of cards I've brought in here. So Ensnaring Bridge seems unreliable. Damping Sphere didn't do much. Pyrite Spellbomb kills bird. Didn't see any targets for Pithing Needle. Didn't see anything going on in the graveyard. I'm going to cut Opals in case it gets grindy. Welding Jar was MVP in game 1. I think I want my whole combo still intact. Trophy looks good. Maybe I can slim and engineer. Whir's always great. Urza is untouchable. Alright, so 8 cards coming out here. 10 cards coming in. What are the worst of these cards, I guess, is the next question. Brutality is not a great removal spell. If you don't really want to escalate this at all in this matchup. Maybe another engineer can go too, and we're just on this juicy plan. But if we're bringing in Tezzerets, I do like having bridges to buy that 1 turn to breathe until Tezzeret wins the game. Maybe 1 engineer is better than the 1 Wellspring. Right. Also, maybe battle is worse than brutality. Like post Niv Mizzet, brutalitying to clear the card I care most out of their hand might be really important. I have no idea at all what's in this deck, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Alright, this has the whole combo, but it is short on mana. We do have Bobble, though, and we're on the draw. I'm going to keep. We have Bobble plus Fetch, no less, so we get an extra peek. Get to build our Opt. Prismatic Vista in a deck that wants to cast Niv Mizzet is just so baffling to me. And I'm sure they know how to build this deck better than I do, because I don't. But weird stuff is going on over there. Alright, so I'm going to bubble them now that I don't have a fetch land anymore. Stomping Ground revealed. Alright, deck, we're going to need a land here. Wrenn and 6, okay. I can kill that if it becomes a problem. Land? FML. Alright, so Welding Jar's in play. I think casting Chromatic Star to try to draw another card next turn is more important than pushing this bird right now, especially since they have Wrenn and 6 active with a fetch land. Like, they're going to develop their mana. This line also really embarrasses Magus of the Moon. I wish I had Ghirapur Aether Grid in my deck. Alright, let's make some black mana and see where it goes. Land, please? Ugh. Not like this. Alright, they have Assassin's Trophy and 4 lands in their hand. Alright, that's a temporary reprieve, I guess. Unmoored Ego. Oh no. Alright, well, the good news is all of the cards they would name are in my hand. So I'm going to get to draw a card. Let's see if they're afraid of Urza or Thopter Foundry more. Thopter Foundry. Okay. That's fine. I would rather have a deck without Foundries than a deck without Urzas. Alright, we drew a mana source. That's good news. Look at all these basics. Magus of the Moon is coming right out. Significantly more than I expected over there. This goes off at 7, so we have another turn. Or I guess I could trophy it now. But I have another turn to do that if I need to. Alright, none of these cards draw cards. Alright, I'm going to engineer something that draws cards into my graveyard. Huh, did I cut the... I guess I cut the Wellspring. Whoops. So I guess Astrolabe goes into the graveyard then. Yeah, I can start flipping Astrolabes in and out of play, like sack one to get the other, and that's just like pay red, draw a card. Which is a pretty good ability. Please don't cast Niv Mizzet. Okay, so I definitely have to zap Wrenn this turn. Hope their one card in hand isn't a counterspell of some kind. Because if they give Unmoored Ego Retrace, I can never win. I already feel like I can never win, but they really aren't doing much over there. I guess they should have attacked. That would have been a free damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. So they have 2 unknown cards. Let's know them. I don't know what would be in their hand that they wouldn't have cast. Just 5 lands. That makes perfect sense. Turn Astrolabe into Astrolabe, draw a card. Okay, and we're on Tezzeret mana for next turn. So we might be able to do this. Just need to fade 2 draw steps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know one of these. Okay. What a weird game this has been. Alright, don't trophy me, bro. Bobble. Definitely want to get a peek at what they're drawing next turn. Alright, Astrolabe. Sure. Engineer, get in. I'll remember to attack this time. Alright, there's that spicy Magus that doesn't seem to do anything. Pillar of the Perins. I didn't know about that one. That's good. Oh no, they have a spell. Supreme Verdict. Okay. That's fine. That's so fine. Alright, so Bobble. I'm going to cast Urza. They know Urza's in my hand. Why did they Supreme Verdict now? I feel like I'm getting away with something here. Look at how many lands they've drawn. Urza. I'm gonna... Right, so how many artifacts can I get into play, I guess, is the next question. 1... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can Tezzeret Blast for 12 right now. Put him to 3 and then dead to combat. I could make this a 5/5, put them to 10 and dead to combat. But then I can't Urza Blast them next turn, or Tezzeret Blast them. Alright, I'm just going to keep drawing cards with Tez. Alright, maybe not. Maybe I'll just miss entirely. Alright, but I have them dead next turn. Unless they combo kill me somehow. Alright, apparently their deck only contains lands. I'll take it. Alright, we're on the draw. We got some cantrips. We got most of our colors. We got 2 goblins that can assemble a combo if we need it to. My opponent with the second main phase swamp spell. Playing around stuff and things. I feel like this deck has to have discard spells in it. Like basic Swamp Nile Spellbomb on turn 1. What are you up to? I'm going to bobble in their upkeep. Treetop Village. Oh, is this just Golgari? Just mid-range? It's Tarmogoyf time? Yeah, it is. Alright. The race is on. That Nile Spellbomb's actually a pretty big bummer. Mox Opal's pretty cool, though. I'm gonna pay 2 life. I'm gonna cast an Engineer. I'll bin a sword and try to force this issue. Or I can surprise them next turn with the second Engineer. Like, I can dump something with the second Engineer and rebuild it with the first. So, I'm just gonna put sword in my graveyard, see if I can bait something out here. Get him to pop the spell bomb. And a land or 1 or 0 cost artifact are my best looks here. Alright, Liliana's a powerful magic card. See you later, Goblin. so I guess I have to... Like, casting Star and trying to hit another land for Wellspring is mostly the same as casting Wellspring and hoping to hit a land for Star. I don't think that matters at all. Alright, we'll just brick instead. Alright, I'm discarding Damping Sphere to Liliana, because that's not going to do anything in this matchup. There's already an artifact in my graveyard, so that doesn't matter. And like, Urza is the card I need to get into play, but I need the mana to make it happen too. Alright, this Spellbomb could mess with the Tarmogoyf. Actually, I'm just going to trophy the Tarmogoyf. Or do I trophy Liliana? No, I trophy Tarmogoyf. I guess I should play my Chromatic Star this turn, because I'm going to trophy Goyf. So I have black-green here. I'll discard the bonus Opal to Liliana. That's fine. I have a basic. I also have Mox Opal active. Maybe I should have gotten Swamp there so I could cantrip Spellbomb this turn. Oh well. Live and learn. Inquisition, huh? Okay, so my hand's going to be empty here. Just got to hope that their one unknown card isn't some massive threat. They have 2 creature lands, though, so it's not like they're threatless. There's the village. Alright, and they're discarding their last card. Hissing Quagmire's getting in, I'm sure. I can actually draw 2 here. I can cycle Chromatic Star for black to pop Spellbomb. So, alright. I'm going to do that. I'm going to draw 2 at the end of this turn. Looking for land Urza. Even like Pithing Needle is cool. Alright, we found a land. Let's find Urza. Bauble, Vista. I can't do anything with an extra mana. Like, I could Lotus Petal this if I had anything, because they're going to make me discard it anyway, but not happening now. Scavenging Ooze, great. Alright, so they've assembled a pretty rough squeeze here. Thopter Foundry is still a good draw, though, because I get to sack my Wellspring, I get some blockers, I get some Liliana cushion. It can put me to 6 with Treetop Village, leaving up Spellbomb withdraw card. Alright, well, come on Urza, I guess. Get my mountain in case I draw a Galvanic Blast for this ooze. Urza? Whir. Okay. I can whir for bridge and just hide for a while. I wonder if they're going to eat a creature with ooze. Yeah, okay. They're pushing their clock rather than removing my sword proactively. This spell bomb has just been sitting there being awesome the whole game. Like if they had went for that there, I could have word and made one Thopter in response and had my engine active. But it is not to be. Hopefully they just plus Liliana here. Okay. X is 3. Alright, let's hide behind this until we can kill Liliana. And then win somehow. Gotta hope this card isn't Abrupt Decay that's sitting in their hand. Alright, cool. Liliana ticks up one more time, then she can minus. So we have some draws. I can Inventor's Fair for Pithing Needle if I want to do that. So if they find Abrupt Decay right here, they just win. Come on, Thopter Foundry. That was not a Thopter Foundry. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bust. 1, 2, cast. So I can get Thopter Foundry into play here. Or I can just wait and end step Fair and have more options with more mana next turn. This probably makes sense. Then if they want to plus Liliana, they're going to lose a card and I'm not. Guess I could also just Fair for Welding Jar and protect the bridge. That sounds pretty bad though. So I could get Needle, name Liliana, and hope to draw good spells after that. I think that makes more sense than trying to pressure this Liliana on 6. Hello, hello. Let's just do it all. Liliana of the Veil. This. And then we get to cast a card off the top of the deck, too. Or I can get Welding Jar, protect my bridge. Alright, shields up. This deck usually plays 4 trophies, I think. I don't know how many Abrupt Decay, but that's the same as trophy for all intents and purposes. Let's flip some cards. Hello. Alright, I'll just play my land here. And end step, I can sack Wellspring to get an extra card and a Thopter. I can start pressuring their life total. Then I can get into the every turn, peck with Thopters, and then play my card loop. Astrolabe is a nice turn into a Thopter fodder. Alright, Sword of the Meek. So I can do way more things here than they can ooze their way out of. Hopefully they just concede and don't make me do this. Alright, that was sweet. We're way behind from turn 1, but we beat 3 Graveyard Hate cards, a turn 2 Tarmogoyf, a Liliana of the Veil that was active since turn 3. Nothing matters when the Lord High Artificer arrives. Alright, so Tezzerets are in, Tireless Tracker's in, Fatal Push is in. Do I like Magus of the Moon? It seems silly against like a 2-color deck, but they have so many creature lands and yeah, they have a lot of creature lands, dual lands, utility lands. I might like it, or I might just want Assassin's Trophies. So these are my yeses and these are my maybes. Let's figure out what this looks like. D-Sphere right out. Spellbomb out. 2 Opals out. Engineers out. If they're main decking Nile Spellbombs, I can only imagine what's in their sideboard for me. So I want to become not a graveyard deck. Or at least not a deck that relies on the graveyard. Like once I'm comboing, it doesn't matter. Like we demonstrated that game. Galvanic Blast can kill small oozes, and it might be able to like nip a Liliana or pressure a Liliana. But it's not great removal in this matchup. I guess they might have Dark Confidant also, so alright, I'll just leave in all my removal. I think Needle was clutch. Pyrite Spellbomb. That one is probably not good enough. So 7 cards going out, up to 9 cards coming in. I want both swords in case they catch one with an ooze. I want all my foundries. Oh, Galvanic Blast kills Oof, which they certainly have. I gotta get used to green decks having Stony Silence now. Alright, maybe one less trophy. And one less Magus. Or I could cut Star, because that's bad against both Oof and Leyline. If they have Leyline. I don't know how deep they go. Alright, I'm going to try this. Battle at the Bridge could be defensible too. Like that actually does clear a Tarmogoyf. If there's a game 3, I'll switch one of the Moon Maguses for Battle. I'm going to keep this. I got a bunch of lands, tracker. Unfortunately, my hand is so good that Thoughtseize is going to be great against me. This is going to tear me right up. Bobble them in their upkeep. Nurturing Peatland. Okay. Basic Swamp. Scavenging Ooze. Come on, Black Source. Nice. Alright, I'll just zap that thing now. If they play Liliana this turn, I'll discard Sword of the Meek and just hope they don't have Surgical. Because that's just too perfect if it works. Alright, Tarmogoyf. Breeding Pool tapped and Sword of the Meek. I'm playing Sword first because if they have removal, I would rather have them kill Sword now than pick off Thopter Foundry for free. And Moon Magus would be pretty embarrassing. Look at all these non-basics. I have literally every non-basic in my hand. And in play. The good news is every card in my hand is great. Fair's great, Foundry's great, Bridge is great, Tracker's great. So this is a... It's a very good Thoughtseize because they're not getting Thopter Foundry next turn. But as far as how prone to collapsing my hands are with this deck, it's not that bad. Alright, cool. They took the Thopter Foundry, which means they probably can't remove an artifact right now. Or they definitely don't have an oof right now. Or else that would have been an easy one. I'm going to get Tracker into play. Get a couple of clues here. I don't want to just shove Bridge into removal and hope it works. Like, that seems sketchy. Liliana's pretty good here, clearing out Tracker. Alright, I get another clue in response. Alright, let's draw Urza. The usual hope. Oh, Fatal Push is good here, Trophy's good here. If we can take this pressure off, we'll be great. They could crunch for 8. I kind of hope they do just crunch for 8. Though then I definitely lose to Assassin's Trophy next turn. Just always want to draw Urza. Let's just do that. Alright, so they are just getting in for 8. I want to draw a non-land. Alright, that doesn't matter much. That sucks. Oh no, it's fine. God, I'm the worst at counting. Alright, so I'm dead to Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy. I am super safe if they don't have those things. Just coin flip. Alright, so I'm dead. Yeah, there's no way out of that. The only thing I could have done is like pop a clue on my turn and hope that the top of my deck is Welding Jar, but if I don't hit exactly Welding Jar, then Treetop Village gets to attack. Come on, Moto, show me the next card. Alright, they don't want to show me the next card. Alright, so I think I do want all my trophies now. Because after that game, seeing how hard I just got run over. Battle at the Bridge might be good too. Just clearing a Goyf. Each of these cards is not good. I think Engineer might be the worst card left in the deck. They have so much graveyard removal. Alright, let's go. We're in full control mode now. We're just 4-color control. Alright, I mean, this hand... Taking mulligans against green-black always feels bad because they have so many discard spells. So, any functional-looking 7, I'm probably just in for. So if they hit me with a discard spell, that's whatever. They'll probably take Foundry. And then I'll just refill my hand. I'm going to see 3 new cards before I have to cast any spells next turn. Okay. As predicted. Let's just hope they don't have a 1-2 surgical combo here. Even if they do, though, it's not the worst in this matchup. Alright, Tracker's a good one. Welding Jar is a good one. So I think I'm just going to needle Scavenging Ooze right now. Kind of sucks we're not going to have a land drop right away for Tracker, but I'm still going to jam it next turn if a better option doesn't present itself. Alright, there's Bob. Alright. How about a removal spell deck? Let's do that. So I want to fetch for Steam Vents untapped. And I'm going to pop this for black. I believe that maximizes my chances to hit removal. Sword of the Meek's not what I wanted. Alright, go get him, Tracker. It's definitely the worst Tracker that there is on the planet. But even though, like, all their removal is permanent based. So if they're, like, trophying my Tracker, then they're not trophying my Tezzeret. Though this Bob is going to run away with the game pretty quickly if I can't answer it or just overpower it. That was weird that they have Blooming Marsh in their hand and they chose to fetch instead. Oh, they must be Fatal Pushing, yeah, of course. That's not as weird. Alright, you got me. Alright, so I really want to draw a land or Mox Opal to shove this Tezzeret into play. That's not it. Come on, removal spell. Alright, so I have the Welding Jar. I can sword combo next turn. Though I need a land to do that too. Like I need a second land to dodge Nile Spellbomb. Discard spells are insane right now, because if they can just strip the sword and bomb it before I even get to do anything. Yep, mana's going to be clutch here. And they're drawing 2 cards a turn over there. Wow, they're just popping now. Their hand must need a lot of help. Deal. No! Oh, it's okay. They used their spell bomb. That would have probably killed me if they didn't. Unless they have a second one or a surgical or something. I'm glad that card wasn't Thoughtseize also. Just dropping my sword in the graveyard is actually great. It saves me 2 mana next turn if they can't remove it immediately. Alright, swords in the graveyard. Let's leave it there, please. Well, what do you got? They might just scoop if they can't get rid of this. Haha, they had it all along. The slow roll is like tanking about Do I want to lose the game instantly or not lose the game instantly? It is going to cost them their turn, though. And if I draw land, Tezzeret gets to go to work. And if I don't draw land, Opter Foundry gets to thop up. And we can start pressuring this Confidant. This deck's got to have Plague Engineer in it, though. So Thopters aren't even, like, super safe. Yep, you got me. Oh no, do you have a Thoughtseize also? Wow, okay. Dark Confidant's a hell of a magic card. It was nice of them to leave Tezzeret in my graveyard, though. Unless they drew the spell. Alright, so I can play a second Foundry. I think I like that better than just having it in my hand where it could get easily discarded. So I can sack Astrolabe for a Thopter. Alright, well, there's Collector Oof. What do you get for the man who has everything? Alright, then we're just F6'd. No more abilities. Also Tarmogoyf. Removal spell? That's not what I wanted. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I should save this Thopter to soak up 5 damage. Oh great, another Goyf. Huh. I still haven't played this Blooming Marsh from like turn 2. Didn't need it. Bridge from below, or Ensnaring Bridge off the top, one-time dealer, and they don't have an answer, please. Whir also does it. So I have 3 cards that let me keep playing the game. Whir, Galvanic Blast. Alright, that does let me keep playing the game. Maybe they'll just flip a 5-drop off Dark Confidant and die. Nope. A 0-drop instead. This is a very short-term plan here. So what do I have to do here? I have to sack Foundry and Pithing Needle, block both of these, and then draw Sword of the Meek. I believe there's one left in my deck. Yep. This should be attacking. I have to block both Goyfs. Why wouldn't you get in with your Confidant? Alright, they're not interested in that. Alright, Ensnaring Bridge is still a good draw, because I'm still sitting on this Welding Jar. Whir still does it. Whir, Bridge, Color Whirza are all good draws. Alright, that's still true. Warbridge, Urza. And we're dead. Yeah, so that last game, Dark Confidant just ran away with it, which is not surprising because Dark Confidant is a powerful magic card, but even with, they had turn 2 Bob, and it just drew a card every turn of the game, and there were still turns where they had like 3 or 4 cards in their hand. So like, if I could have answered Dark Confidant, things would have been different, but couldn't. I think that matchup is pretty favorable, though. We have 7 spot removal spells after board. Thopter Foundry. I don't need a second one of those. Basic Mountain Go. Ugh, punished. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I could cast Foundry, but I got punished by drawing Astrolabe instead. Maybe, like, the way to play this deck is just always fetch Snow. Like, 100% of the time. God damn it. Alright, well, whatever this matchup is that would probably be pretty beatable with Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere is really good against Thing in the Ice decks, but it looks like we're just going to get Thinged instead. Alright, can I draw a land now, please? Okay, okay. Alright, let's just hope they don't have Force of Negation for this, because this should slow them down considerably. Force of Negation would be a weird card to have in your Pyromancer Ascension deck, though. So Galvanic Blast is in our deck. We could also just combo off over this thing. Alright, chaining Serum Visions together. They bottom the last one. Ascension's going to be active next turn. I can smell it. Guaranteed. So the cool thing is, if I cast Wellspring because of Opal, if I draw land in my draw step, or I guess I should just jam Urza. What am I even talking about? Yeah, if I... Oh no, I need an artifact to do that. So if I draw a land in my draw step or off Wellspring, then I can also cast Astrolabe. Okay, okay. So we get to Urza next turn. We'll see if it's too late. I also have Thopter Foundry. Can't cast that Bauble. Alright. Someone's probably dead pretty soon here. I'm really glad Damping Sphere is in play, though. This is... I'm sure I would be dead to whatever is happening here. These two things. If they could cast all the spells they wanted to. They bottomed the Serum Visions again, also. The best card in their whole deck is Serum Visions right now, because it turns on Ascension. Alright, now Opt and Scour also turn on Ascension. Any spell flips the thing. Alright, there's Opt, and now Ascension is active for the next spell. Missed my land drop at least 1, maybe 2 turns, and this game is still close. We'll see how dead we are to this Ascension next turn, I guess. Because I'm jamming Urza here. So if I cast Urza, I can also cast Thopter Foundry, and then I can... Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for Urza brings a construct. The construct, I can tap 1, 2, 3, then I have to filter for the fourth. So I can't actually play Thopter Foundry and do anything with it. What I could do is play Thopter Foundry. Just use it as a blocker and life cushion for this turn. Hope they don't have Force of Negation, I guess. Alright, they did not. So now the question is, do I cast Mishra's Bauble or not? I'd really like to have another land available for next turn. Or just another artifact in play. I could sack Damping Sphere right now, but that seems like a recipe for death. So if I make one Thopter next turn and they have Lightning Bolt, they can copy it, bolt that, bolt me, I'm dead for Xaxes. Alright, I don't want to die to Lightning Bolt, so I'm not going to cast this Mishra's Bauble. Oh, I could have sacked Wellspring right now, actually, to try to find the land. I should have done that. If they have Double Bolt, we're just dead anyway. Oh, right on time, there's Galvanic Blast. Yeah, there's the bolt. Glad we didn't take the line that dies to that. I think I have to sack Astrolabe. I'm just dead if this Damping Sphere goes away this turn. Alright, they just had Double Bolt. Oh, Lightning Axe. That also does it. Okay. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, if we hit our second land drop, we just easily win that game. Even if we hit a land last turn and could have made 4 Thopters with Urza still in play. Let's see. Could I have done it? No. Alright. Yeah, that was close. Frustrating. Alright, Fatal Push coming in. Damping Sphere is staying in, which is not a thing that happens very often. Assassin's Trophy coming in. I don't think I want Brutality. I might want Battle. Right, Pithing Needle probably doesn't do anything. Pyrite Spellbomb probably doesn't do anything. Ichor Wellspring's probably too slow. Bridge would have been great. I can shave an Opal. I need my spells to be relevant in this matchup. This is probably a Surgical Extraction deck, so I'll shave an Engineer. Maybe even 2. Is Thoughtseize a card I want in this matchup? I think it might be. Is it better than Tezzeret and or Battle? Trophy being an instant's pretty big. Alright, I'm going to move all the way off of Engineer for this matchup. And I'll try the Battle. Nile Spellbomb is only good if they're cranking on an Ascension, which I have 3 trophies now, so hopefully they won't be able to do that. So I'm going to bring in 1 Tezzeret for sure. Can I find room for the other? Maybe I just play 2 trophies. Maybe I don't play Battle. Nah. Alright. This deck looks presentable. Alright, Damping Sphere in the opener. Snap Keep. We have an Astrolabe, a Bauble, Galvanic Blast. We're pretty well set up on this one if the top of our deck gives us anything reasonable over the next couple turns. I'm just getting Island because I have Astrolabe. I don't need to telegraph that I have removal by getting the Mountain. I think bobbling them is better than trying to make sure I have Metalcraft. Alright, there's Lightning Bolt. Right, Thoughtseize. That's a card that exists. This can probably strip a threat. Like, right now is the perfect time to cast Thoughtseize. If it's going to hit anything, it's now. Chart a Course, Abrade, Aria of Flame. I'm pretty sure I just have to take Aria here. Though I could take Abrade and try to pressure the Aria with Damping Sphere, and I can destroy the Aria at some point with one of my many other things. Alright, I'm taking Abrade. That might be crazy, but I'm into it. Like, I think if I D-Sphere next turn and then cast Urza the following turn, I'm going to have a solid beatdown plan. We saw this mountain already. I guess they could play Phoenix. Chart a Course. So maybe Nile Spellbound should be in the deck, even though Phoenix is not the card it once was. Alright, this turn sequenced out really well. Mox Opal was a hot draw. Is the Sphere. They're probably just going to cast Aria this turn, then I cast Urza, and we go nuts. Oh, Welding Jar. It's probably a good card, and I'm certainly going to cast it. Makes my construct bigger, protects the Sphere. Alright, this feels okay. We're at 27, and we have 6 power in play, and we can dome for 4 at any point. Alright. Nice. That's why we have Galvanic Blast. Sword of the Meek, what do you do? You come into play for basically free. You make construct bigger, you tap for mana. Alright, opt-in response, I take 1. Now they can't cast spells anymore, don't even have to worry about Force of Negation. Urza gets to flip a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast this for 1. Attack for 8. I'll check their draw step with Bauble. I have so many cards that win the game if I draw them. Oh, Young Peasy. That's fun. I guess I could have I could have equipped Construct for 1 extra damage last turn, but I wouldn't have been able to bobble then. So I think this is okay. Alright, gotta be careful with this Urza, because a Pyromancer block plus Lightning Bolt kills it. Not if I equip, though. So let's flip a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show me that Thopter Foundry. Alright, fine. Beat down. So they can trade Lightning Bolt, their token, and Young Pyromancer for Urza. I will accept that trade if they offer it. Oh, they're just going face. Okay. I love when Sword of the Meek just becomes relevant in combat as an equipment. That's one of my favorite things that happens with this deck. Alright, so I have a swamp already, so I'll get Steam Vents. Ding. Can I get a scoop? Scoop? Oh, do you have Force of Negation? Oh, Manamorphose? Okay. Deal. So the next spell deals 4, and the one after that deals 5. So they can't burn me out reasonably here. Okay, it's go time. Maybe I should have entered combat so they can't cast Surgical. But that doesn't matter. I can just respond to it by sacking a different artifact. I can't imagine what they could have that gets through Damping Sphere and Welding Jar to win them the game here. Regenerate it. I should have floated mana off it before it regenerated because it taps. I don't think it matters, but small lines. Alright, you gonna make me do this, opponent? Alright, I'm gonna pause the video while I combo off here. Alright, so I'm just still clicking through the combo here. In real life, you would just declare, flip my deck until I hit 2 removal spells, because I have this super lethal construct. My deck has 2 Fatal Pushes, a Galvanic Blast, and several Assassin's Trophies still in it. So you can't miss. It's just a matter of taking the time to do it. So just unpaused for that commentary. I'm going to repause it again. When I'm back, I'm sure my opponent will have conceded. Alright, so my clock is super low right now. I've done this 80 times, and I'm just gonna have to hope this is good enough. Like, I really just don't have time to click this many times. These are all the cards I have. I can't improvise with Battle of the Bridge, unfortunately. So, alright, there it is. Let's hope they don't have... It's got to be like literally Shatterstorm is the only card that gets them out of this. Alright, now they can't do anything. Like, I was playing around exactly Shatterstorm, which maybe is silly, but, like, maybe is completely necessary. Whatever. Here comes my hundreds of creatures. Yeah, my opponent's definitely just playing for time here. Which is a reasonable strategy on Magic Online. It is hard to begrudge them. I don't know why they're lining up blocks, though. Like, what the actual shit? Okay. Yeah, that one was a little frustrating that it took so long to find anything, and I never actually got there, but maybe on Magic Online I just need to concede to the fact that if they are playing and have Shatterstorm, they got me, I guess. I don't know. Alright, I'm bringing in Tezzeret because I might need a faster win condition this game. They showed me Young Pyromancers that time around. I already have in all my efficient removal. Bridge is still good. Thoughtseize was actually clutch that game, so I'm into that. Damping Sphere won me that game. They showed me Aria, so I need my trophies. Maybe Battle just isn't that good. Alright, let's do it. Hope we can do this in 6 minutes. Alright, we got a Thoughtseize. Right on time. You want to Thoughtseize them the turn before they go into 2 mana. Snapkeep. They're on 6. That's cool. Main phase opt. Interesting. I just want to play straight into Thoughtseize. I will oblige them. Snow-covered swamp. Thing in the Ice and Young Pyromancer. I'm going to take the Young Pyro. I think that one's scarier. There's Thing. I probably should have played Star to filter, get 1 card deeper. So I can still play Star here. Alright, my hand is set up to be explosive. I just need to find a payoff. Alright, I'm just going to fetch and then F6. I think that's the right play here. It's awkward F6ing with Welding Jar in play, but like, I gotta find time. Ooh, Tezzerino. I'm gonna plus and just hope that they can't flip their thing. So I might be able to burn them out here. Though if they flip thing, Tez is gonna take a beating. If I minus Tez there, I could have attacked for 5, but then like Lightning Bolt just kills thing. Or Lightning Bolt kills Tezzeret. And Thing would bounce the 5/5 anyway. Alright, land is good for me. Sweet. Ooh, trophy. All right. I think we might be doing it. Black, blue. I already have an open play. I'll get this second foundry. Any order. Alright, so I can fetch for... I don't even have to fetch. I have Astrolabe and Opal. Ascension or Opt? What am I more afraid of? I should probably be afraid of Ascension, but... I want to win with Tezzeret if I can. Okay. I'm just gonna light this thing up, end step. Wow. That was nice. One, two, three, four, five. Come on, sword. Chromatic Star, Bauble. Bauble's a good one. Another foundry. So I'm not super worried about Thing here, because if they flip it, I can make a Thopter and just block. No, Bubble myself. Chromatic Stars on top. I don't care about that. Nice. Alright, then I should be able to kill them with Thopters from here. I'm playing really quickly. I just missed my land drop. I'm just trying to get this done in 3 minutes. Kinda spazzing out over here. Alright, there's Urza. Sword. Any order. Thopter, get in. I'm gonna play the sword. I'm not even gonna play Urza. Just gonna make some Thops in their end step. The problem is they can flip these things and just like fog. So I'm sure we'll see a thing flip here. Or they're just dead. They just have no spells. How is that possible? Oh, wow. Okay. I'll take it. That was the chonkiest Tezzeret I've had on stream yet. It drew... Went up to 6 and then up to 4. So 3, 4, 5. Drew 5 cards and domed my opponent for 16. That was nice. Alright, we're on the play for round 4. This hand is so close. So, one of our top 2 cards has to be a land that makes red. Never afraid of 6. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to bottom the Assassin's Trophy because it's the least efficient and least castable thing in my hand. Like, there's some merit to bottoming Bridge in case they're a discard deck where Bridge is good. Also not going to fetch yet. Alright, now I'm fetching. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't fetch because I probably would have just defaulted to Watery Grave, but I didn't know what color I'd need yet. If I hadn't drawn something else to play, I probably just would have slammed Pithing Needle on Flooded Strand. Sword of the Meek. This sad little Mox Opal is miles away from playable. Let's get Mox Opal closer to playable at least. Could name Narset or Teferi. I'm going to go with Teferi. Just in case that's a card that they have. I'm not going to attack with Goblin Engineer because if they play Narset this turn instead, I can weld Pithing Needle into Sword and then weld Sword back into Pithing Needle next turn. Ugh. Well, it's not nothing. There is some value to that. They could Force of Negation this, I guess, if they want, but it doesn't seem very good. Suit up the Goblin because we can. I'm not sure what we would need to Galvanic Blast this turn. Maybe if they just like slam Jace, but that also seems unlikely. Alright, I'm gonna bring the beats here. See if they Path to Exile or anything. This Urza is going to be the last card in my hand that I cast. Like, I want to bait out something before I... Like, they're blue-white. They have 7 cards in their hand, and they haven't cast a spell this game. Like, the chances they have a counterspell are pretty high, and Urza is really important. I'm also just ahead on board right now, so there's no huge hurry. Alright, there it is. And that's fine. Like, leaking a... Like, getting them to use a counterspell on a card that I can weld back into play is exactly where I want to be. And, like, Thopter Foundry, if I draw that, they have to have Force of Negation. Or else it's, like... Oh, no, that's not true. It's the sword that does that. Not the other way around. Yeah, so like Thopter Foundry is a must counter. Urza is a must counter. There's just a lot of things that they must counter. Oh wait, no, I was right. I have Welder. What am I even talking about? Yeah. Sometimes I talk and I know I'm right, and then I realize I'm wrong, but I was right. Anyway, yeah, because of Welder, or Engineer, they have to Force of Negation this if they don't want me to have it. They have enough mana they can just cast Force of Negation. Whoa. Sign me up for more of that. I should tap the Mox just in case they do something weird and mess with my artifact count. So I'm not going to tap out into Surgical. I don't think blue-white plays main deck Surgical anymore now that looting is banned, but I don't want to just die to some ancient technology if I didn't have to. Like, there's no rush to win in this matchup, especially game 1. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Okay. We can kill that guy pretty easily. So I'm going to sack Pithing Needle to get back Sword of the Meek. So next turn I can weld this Pithing Needle. Or I guess I can just attack Teferi. I don't even care. So, but I can weld Pithing Needle into something that I need it to be. I can also just jam Teferi here. Or Urza. All these cards have names. Did you know that? And sometimes I know what they are. Can't Force of Negation this. Supreme Verdict is pretty good on this board, though. My Polluted Delta can't fetch red because my Steam Vents is already in play. Thopter Foundry is 2 cards down at this point. Though if they don't Supreme Verdict here, I'm just going to crush them. And if they do Supreme Verdict here, I'll just draw Thopter Foundry in 2 turns and be right back in business. Vendilion Click resolves. They're a turn early on that one. They're targeting me? Okay. Let's kill this thing dead. And if they take this star, then I draw Thopter Foundry. And if they don't take the star, I also draw Thopter Foundry. Sweet. Yeah, GG. I love the control matchup. You just outmuscle them so hard. Okay, Tezzeret's in, Tireless Tracker's in. Magus of the Moon is actually real good against these. Like, the 2-color decks make room for a lot of techie lands, like a Field of Ruins and things of that nature, and Magus of the Moon can just crush them. And a lot of the times their win condition is Celestial Colonnade. So, Trophy kills Planeswalkers. Alright, what do we got here? D-Sphere's out. Nile Spellbomb. Pyrite Spellbomb. Chromatic Stars lower because Rest in Peace and Stony get them. Goblin Engineer, because Rest in Peace punishes that one. Galvanic Blast pressures Planeswalkers. It can also kill Celestial Colonnade, so I'm into that. Gonna cut Welding Jar, because most of their answers are not removal. They're bounce or tuck. I think I can go one less Engineer, too. So I have my discard spells, my things that kill Planeswalkers and Troublesome Permanents, and my alternate win conditions. And I'm taking out some bullets that don't work. And some redundant cards I don't want to draw 2 of. I'm keeping this hand. This is a fun one because I have no idea what it does yet. Like, I'm going to draw 3 new cards. Like, 3 of these cards just immediately become different cards. And I have the sword already. I can whir for a Foundry. If they don't do anything to disrupt me along the way, I can just have a straight line to the combo. It's nice to get these baubles out of the hand first, because if they were to play turn 2 Stony Silence, that's a really bad draw later. So I'm glad we're cranking through it now. Mind Break Trap? Nope. Alright, cool. Alright, they're drawing Field of Ruin. So I'm going to bobble them now and in their end step so I know as many cards as possible. Or I should specify next turn, not necessarily their end step. If they stony me, I'll do it then. Right. So they're going to crack Dispatch, so this isn't actually information, but I do want the card. It's also possible I could have just been more patient on that. Ooh, I'm glad they're going to fetch that away. Hope they're not watching this video in real time somehow. Show me your thoughts, and I will take them. Cryptic, Jace, Verdict. I'd rather work through this Cryptics than have to face down a Jace. Though I could whir for one next turn, turning off Jace. Though I could whir... They can't cast these Cryptics yet anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Jace. So, 2 Field of Ruins, Supreme Verdict, 2 Cryptics. Hopefully they fetch in their end step, get rid of the Stony Silence. Yeah, got him. Feels good. Now they cast Stony Silence, Moto Bug. So I'm going to fetch basics so they can't use their Field of Ruin to fix their mana. Like, their deck is weirdly dependent on that. Alright, so I'm going to put Thopter Foundry in the graveyard. Or I can just cast it, and when they counter it, I can flip it back. Never mind. I'm going to put something, some value engine. Put Ichor Wellspring in the graveyard. Yeah, so if they don't answer this Engineer, it's just going to become red draw card for the rest of the game. Or I guess it's every other turn. On turn A, it's going to be red draw card. On turn B, it's going to be red draw 2 cards. Alright, yeah, they're just packing it up. They can't get their mana to work. We got the combo coming. Easy game. I love these control matchups. Bring them on. We're here for our final round. Oh, we have a turn 1 active Opal, some cantrips, and an Urza. This is a keeper. Against some sort of Serum Visions deck. They topped with their visions. Alright, they're Storm. They are the Nightmare. Damping Sphere off the top. Let's go, dealer. Trophy's pretty good, though. I can just kill Baral. I don't even have to fetch to do it. Nice. It sucks it ramps them, but Baral ramps them a lot more than a single land does. Galvanic Blast would have been way more exciting there, but I'm certainly not complaining that I was able to kill Baral on turn 2. Nice. I like when my Storm opponents go nothing, go. We're going to slam Urza here, probably. Ooh. So we could also just slam the combo here and surprise them with Urza next turn. So if I cast Urza, I have 3 artifacts. It would take 3 to cast Thopter Foundry with its mana requirements. Yeah, so I'm just going to assemble the combo right now. Just show them that I have it. Or I could just not. No, I'm going to show them that I have it, but not show them the Urza. Like, this might freak them out into going for something non-deterministic. Like, I can just beat a bunch of goblins next turn. Well, let's see if we win. Alright, looks like it. Alright, and my opponent generously scooped it right up. That Assassin's Trophy was clutch. I bet that Baral would have killed us pretty quickly. Alright, so we get to go to sideboards here. This Battle of the Bridge has been horrible all night. I really wish I had another discard spell here. Fatal Push comes in. Magus of the Moon doesn't do anything. Tracker's too slow. Maybe I'm biased because it just got me through a mostly unwinnable game 1, but I'm going to get this trophy. Alright, so Pithing Needle, not much. Opal's good, but I need all my cards to be good. I can't get any redundant stuff. Wellspring's probably too slow. I think I might shave on my combo here. Because I need to not die first before I can worry about winning. Maybe 1 less Engineer. Ensnaring Bridge is... Ensnaring Bridge probably just shouldn't be in. Maybe I'll bring in a Tezzeret over Bridge. Just like an alternate win con in case I need it. Or it can just gain me a gazillion life. But Nile Spellbomb and Damping Sphere are both priorities here. Keeping a Baral effect out of play is also a priority. Alright, I think this is as good as it's going to get. Okay, so we have a million answers to creatures. And they do need a creature in play to go off, so I'm going to run with this. Hope it's good. Oh, Astrolabe is a great draw. Now I don't have to decide what land to fetch. And now I can cast 2 removal spells if I need to. Oh, they're peering into the depths. Peering for pieces. I really want to draw Whir of Invention. That's pretty much my best card in this matchup. Alright, so they're going to get probably Ritual and Wipe Away. So they can't get these. Oh wait, there was one they could have got. What did I just miss up? I don't know. Grape Shot. So they have Grape Shot with this Wipe Away. Alright. Just punt clicked my way right past that. Alright, I can stop drawing lands pretty much any time now. Braid my Mox. Deal. I wasn't using it anyway. Joke's on you. Steam Vents, no. Alright, so I can cast Urza this turn and still Fatal Push something. Because I have the blue mana that I can filter into black or red. And if they don't force some kind of exchange this turn, Urza just starts chonking. Alright, fair. I guess I could have, like, Fatal Push that myself to stop the card draw, but I don't think that's good. Cannot imagine. Ooh, are they just going to Grape Shot my Urza down? Looks like it. Alright. I'm okay with that exchange also. Ugh. Alright. I have enough lands, deck. Let's draw some spells. Ooh, nice. That's a good spell. Past in Flames, Grape Shot, another Pieces. Wipe Away. And a Braid. So, Past in Flames is pretty far away from being useful. Pieces is 2 cards. Braid's really good. I think I'm just going to take the Pieces because they have Wipe Away and a Braid. Alright, so they're pretty far away from going off here. Like, Urza's definitely my best draw, as always. Or Tezzeret. I would definitely take Tezzeret. Pretty sure I brought those in. I brought one in. Okay. Urza? Alright. So they played a land last turn, so we still know their whole hand. I'm going to bobble them, so I still know their whole hand. Baral. Okay. Finally a target for all this removal. Ooh, Urza, hello. Welcome to the party. Just shipping it. I don't know that they should have just run him out there. Like, wait until you have a ritual or something to push with. I mean, I'm no Storm expert. Maybe that play was right, but like maybe they win next turn with Past in Flames if if they untap with Brawl. I do not have the reps to do that math. All right, Urza, show him who's boss. So I can cast something and still leave up. I'm going to leave up Watery Grave. Oh, re-Urza. I'll do it. So that's 3 of my Urzas down. But I have double constructs now. The pressure is real. They can't abrade themselves into safety now. Yep, 1 down. Deal. Every abrade that doesn't target Damping Sphere is a good abrade for me. Like, if I draw Whir, I'm pretty sure I just win. Like, Whir for Spellbomb. Like, they're so in on Past in Flames right now. So Storm is 2. They're going to try to Grape Shot this Urza again, probably. Alright, I guess they missed on their Grape Shot spells. Or they think they can win next turn. Pyrite Spellbomb. Alright, that casts for free. Makes Construct bigger. bubble. Let's see what they're gonna draw. Echoing Truth. Oh, I should have attacked first. I just missed the damage. My bad. Suboptimal plays here on Bosch and Roll stream, as usual. Alright, let's hope that point doesn't matter. Echoing Truth is PDs, though. Alright, Urza is wiped away. Thopter Foundry. We're starting to go somewhere here, maybe. Ritual? I think they are. They're doing something. Okay, I'm gonna F6 here because I can't interact with this. So 1, 2. They only have to get to 13. 6. Oh, they don't even have to get to 13 because they have the Grape Shot in hand. Yeah, I'm just dead. I guess I could draw a card, pretend I have anything. Alright, yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, never finding a hate piece there was too punishing. They were able to... The game went long enough that my removing all their things, their creatures, wasn't good enough. They just had enough mana to go. So does that affect my plan at all? I don't think so. Yeah, like, all of this still looks fine. Maybe I do want the Tezzeret. Like, if I'm gonna force the game to play slower, I want more hammers than them. Pyrite Spellbomb only kills Goblin and not Baral. So, I have a bunch of things that kill Baral. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're on the play. Come on, War of Invention in our hand. We have a Collective Brutality. And an Assassin's Trophy that does not cast spells. That is not castable. Prismatic Vista does not get what it needs to for that. So I don't think I duress this turn. Yeah, I'll see if they cast a creature. So I can get some extra value off this brutality. Okay. So to cast all these spells, this has to get red. Or this can get... It's awkward because this is the only one that can get green, but I need to cast... Alright, so I'm going to get red, blue... Because I need Brutality and Galv Blast to kill this thing. Alright, red... Blue... And I have the black in my hand. Oh good, I have even more red now. Escalate with 2 modes. Target opponent reveals their hand. Target creature gets -2/-2. Target you. Discard this Mox Opal, I think. Yeah, that's pretty far away from getting played. Alright, so Desperate Ritual, Grape Shot, Echoing Truth, Repeal. Lots of cantrips. I think I want to take the Repeal because that one kills my construct for the cheapest. Yeah. Yeah, them getting to remove my construct for 1 mana while cantripping is probably the best value of cards in their hand right now. Top. And they're ready with the Echoing Truth. See if they truth my construct. Nope, just opt. That makes more sense. We could just lose here, somehow. If they found a Past in Flames and a cost reducer, yuck. There's half the equation. Let's see, are they just... Oh, even Manamorphose. Wow, those were a good couple cards they just saw. I guess they topped Serum Visions and cast Opt, so it's not like they just came out of nowhere. But we are probably dead. I didn't have green mana to leave up Assassin's Trophy anyway. If we're not dead, they're certainly going to clear all our threats and do a bunch of damage to us. But we're probably just dead. They're going to need a Manamorphose to keep cantripping here. Oh, they topped with Opt. That's bad. 2 Grape Shots are lethal. Or... yeah, Grape Shot, Flashback, Past in Flames. And then re-Grape Shot. Yep. We're just dead. Yeah, whatever. We did our best. This matchup's bad. We didn't draw a Whir of Invention in any sideboard game, which probably would have... It definitely would have won game 2, but bad matchups are bad. Battle of the Bridge was horrible. I don't know why anyone plays this card. I want my Brutality back. Alright, so that was pretty close. And we took game 1 off Storm, and then game 2 became a top deck war that they won. Though I think we had more good draws than they did. But that's Magic. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the sub button if you liked it, and follow me on Twitter @BoschandRoll. See you next time.